Welcome to Yellow Belt Training. You can only stay ahead of competition by putting your best foot forward and by enhancing your skill set. Similarly, organizations need to put their best quality forward in order to stay ahead of competition, be it in terms of products or services or customer satisfaction. In today's training, that is exactly what we are going to do. Lean and Six Sigma Yellow Belt will show you the importance of Lean and Six Sigma in both your personal and professional life and will set a strong foundation for further levels. In this 2-hour session, you will learn about the tools and techniques that Lean and Six Sigma Black Belt use, some concepts of Lean and Six Sigma, real-time projects, and how Lean Six Sigma is applied to them, and a lot more. We are sure that after this training, you will see the world with a fresh pair of eyes. Join us in this Yellow Belt session and become well versed in the foundation elements of Lean and Six Sigma methods. Become capable of assisting and improving processes. Improve your skill sets to become a part of the team focusing on complex improvement projects led by green or black belts. Apply DMAIC in your work and push your boundaries to do better in every process you are part of. Once again, welcome to Anexas Yellow Belt Training. I have designed this training based on my 32 years of experience in the industries, both in manufacturing and services. So once again, welcome to the Yellow Belt Training. Welcome everyone, and I assume that you can hear me loud and clear, and it's a pleasure to have you here. Let us start with some questions before we start our session, and please go ahead and we'll put our questions here. And if you can just let me know what are your answers to these questions. So I'll tailor make this program as per your requirements. So what is your current knowledge of Lean and Six Sigma? So I say that, a lot of people have never heard it before. Okay, fine. Okay. And most of you have heard, but don't know much. So that you are at the right place. That's great. So some of you know the basics. Well, so you will strengthen your basic. Okay. And only one person is there. I'm here to brush up my skills. Okay, great. Next question, please. Next question. Okay, great. Thank you. Next question, please. So most of you are here to enhance your skills. That's good to know. Which industry you are from. So depending on which industries, most of the people are joining in. And Lean and Six Sigma is applicable to all kinds of industries. So it doesn't matter which industry you belong to, as you will see in a short while, in the next 2 hours. In fact, I would say if you can stay for half an hour more or extra, I can give some more case studies also to you. So be prepared to stay for 2.5 hours. Yeah. And okay, thanks a lot. And next question, please. Okay, so welcome to the training program. And I see a lot of people have just joined 5 minutes ago. So don't worry. We know that people do get delayed in attending the sessions, webinars. You have to get reminded about it. So once again, welcome to the training program. The agenda which I have created based on the feedback which you have given, inputs which you have given just now. So we'll start with the Lean and Six Sigma benefits. Of course, I'll introduce you to the organization, and about myself also. I'll tell a little bit. Maybe I'll spend 5 minutes on that. And then I'll start introducing you to the Lean and Six Sigma. Then we'll talk about DMAC, define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. So when you say that you are a Lean and Six Sigma Yellow Belt, you should know define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. So we'll see what it is. And we'll also do a project.
So what is Lean Six Sigma? If you ask me, Lean and Six Sigma is a project approach towards process improvement. Now, this may sound a little, uh, you know, some complicated term, project approach towards process improvement. Now, what does it mean? See, whatever you want to improve in your company, in any company for that matter, whatever you want to improve in any company, you convert into a project. Like, what is the process? See, process is something which you are repeating again and again. You are doing it on a daily basis. Like going to office is a process. If you are in manufacturing company, then manufacturing your product is a process. Eating food is a process. Yeah. So if you are in a hospital, treating a patient is a process. You follow certain steps and you execute these steps repetitively. So whatever you are executing repetitively again and again and again and again, this becomes a process. Now, I hope you have understood what is process. Now, what is project? Project is something which is done only once. It's one-time endeavor. We can say that it is only executed in the only once in the history of the world, or you can say universe. Means anything which happens only once, which has a starting point and end point, is a project. So what will be a project? Suppose you want to improve the production of your company. Your production is 100 tons per day, 100 tons per day to become 110 tons per day by June 30th June 2026. That becomes a project. If you are in a hospital, the patient waiting time today is 35 minutes. You would like to reduce this 35 minutes to less than 15 minutes by June 30th, 2026. That becomes a project. Yeah. If you are in a bank, waiting time for your customer is on an average 20 minutes, and you would like to reduce this 20 minutes to 10 minutes. That becomes a project. In a logistics company, time taken to deliver a particular material is, let's say, 24 hours. You would like to reduce this 24 hours to 16 hours. That becomes a project. So I hope you got the point. Okay, some of you are asking, introduce myself. Okay, I'll introduce. I'll give a formal welcome to everyone. Also, a lot of videos are there. I'll be giving you links and you can watch them a little later on also.
Hi, welcome to Anexas. Anexas has been consulting and training the professionals in the organizations around the world since 2006, and we have trained more than 150,000 people and consulted for more than 500 organizations, which includes Fortune 100 organizations too. I'm Amitabh Saxena, and I have designed this program based on my 30 years of experience while working in various industries across many domains. The whole Anexas team once again joins me in welcoming you.
Information about the company. We have been around for quite some time, 20 years. Since 2006, we have been consulting the organizations and also enabling individuals through trainings, certifications. Our certifications are recognized worldwide. And about myself, I'm a chemical engineer, MBA finance, Lean Six Sigma Master Black Belt. Lots of projects I have guided. More than 50,000 projects under my guidance through the team members have been executed. Personally, I have guided more than 1,000 improvement projects and appeared on TV shows, etc. And you too can achieve all these things. And today you'll be learning not only from my experience, but also from what I have learned from my students. So these are some photographs just to prove that I have done training programs worldwide. I keep telling people, and I take pride in telling that I conducted the first ever Lean Six Sigma Black Belt training program in whole of Middle East. So although I started in Europe, I'm a permanent resident of Australia, but I started in Europe, but most of my work and my clients are in Middle East, India, and also obviously Australia also. So Novartis is the largest pharmaceutical company here. This is the photograph which I was referring to. First ever Black Belt training program in whole of Middle East. So yeah, I think you got some trust now. Won some awards also, appeared on TV shows also. Z Business.
Hi, I'm Shekhar Suman, and I wish to congratulate all the
appeared in
Six Sigma certified
multiple
Black Belt
occasions,
from
and I
Anexas.
keep
All the
speaking
best.
as a
Thank
giving my views on process excellence and AI data analytics in TV programs.
On 21st of May 2019, I'm going to speak in
American Society of Quality conferences. Have spoken multiple times. Saudi Railways, Indian Railways.
It's an honor to have.
And yeah, so yeah, just yeah, one of the famous participants of our programs have been health ministers of different countries. This is a video about Dr. Tarif Alama, Saudi Arabia. Present Health Minister Dr.
We have
Abdul Ali,
Dr.
and he's
Tarif
also
Alama with us,
have
Deputy
been a
Minister.
participant of the programs. Yeah, so that was all about a little bit of introduction about ourselves. Now let us talk about the Lean and Six Sigma benefits. Why should we have? Now, most of you don't know much about Lean and Six Sigma. So those who have joined recently, now I see that around 20 more people joined in the last 5 minutes. So just for them, I'm repeating what I said earlier. What is Lean Six Sigma? If you ask me what is Lean and Six Sigma, I would say that Lean Six Sigma is project approach towards process improvement. Project approach towards process improvement. So whatever you want to improve in your organization, if that improvement has to happen in the process. Yeah. The improvement has to happen in the process. What is process? Process is repetitive steps. Anything which you are repeating again and again. I gave some examples earlier, and I'm not going to repeat them again. But like eating food is a process, right? So anything which you do again and again is a process. And all of you, most of you are working in processes. Think about your process. Now, someone tells you that every process has an output. So these are the repetitive steps, right? Something you are repeating again and again. Every process is an output. And output has some measures like productivity, weight, waiting time, moisture, humidity, satisfaction rating of the customer, waiting time of the reports. So what errors? These are all the measures on the output. So if you want to improve certain measures on the output, you need to change the processes. So you do a project on one of the measures of the output, and I'll give an example. Don't worry. I'll give an example to explain all these things. And when you do the project, you will see these improvements really take place. Like, for example, eating food is a process, right? Now, I want to take up a project to reduce my weight. Yeah. So I have to improve my process of eating food, right? Okay. So that's what I was referring to. Now, let me ask you one question. Can you tell me what are the common links here? What are the things you see which is common, which is running through all bullet points? A manufacturing company improves production by 30%. A hospital reduces discharge time of patients from 3 hours to 15 minutes. 64% reduction in recruitment time. Hotel improves customer experience. Bank reduces errors in cycle times. Insurance claims time reduced by 70%. Can you tell me what is the common thread running through all these bullet points? Yes, Dhamanpreet, Damilola, yeah, everyone, yes, you are right. Improvement and yes, improvement. All are talking about improvements. And they have all used Lean and Six Sigma to improve their processes. They have used project approach to improve their processes. So we have done this for a lot of companies. Now, I'm not going to go into the details. In short, Lean and Six Sigma can reduce the cost, reduce the defects, reduce the waste, rework, cycle time, and improve the quality, production efficiency, productivity, customer satisfaction, capacity. Everything, whatever the CEO wants, can be achieved through Lean and Six Sigma. So which CEO would not love a person who calls himself as a green belt or a black belt? Which CEO would not love such a person? Yeah, everyone loves Lean Six Sigma green belts and black belts. Yeah. So that was about.
Hi, I'm put it to the measure phases. It means define and improvement methodology.
Okay, so
Let me begin with
I
the chapters which
see. Just to tell you, I'll keep giving links here in the chat box, and my team will keep giving links in the chat box. Please store them somewhere. Later on, if you want to expand on your knowledge, please go through that. They are all free, and you will get a real good idea about Lean and Six Sigma, more idea about Lean Six Sigma. But today, if you attend 2.5 hour program here today, it makes you a yellow belt. Yellow belt is a person who just knows what Lean Six Sigma is, but you can't do a project. Yeah. So let me explain that first. Yellow belt is a person who knows some basic concepts of Lean and Six Sigma, which you are going to learn today. But you can't do an improvement project. You can't say that I will improve the productivity of your of a department in a company. You can't do that. But a green belt, they learn some tools and techniques, and they also have practiced those tools and techniques. And some exam is there. They appear for the exam and they do a project, and they become a green belt. They become green belt, and they are now authorized to take up improvement project in the organization, any organization. Black belt learn some more tools and techniques, some more complicated tools and techniques, and then they can do bigger projects. They can save more money. So green belt can save $50,000, $100,000. Black belt can save maybe $500,000, $1 million, maybe more. Master black belts guide green belts and black belts. They can train the people. Like I am a master black belt, so I can train green belts and black belts. I can also guide green belts and black belts as they do the projects. And also, I can launch Lean and Six Sigma in the organization as a master black belt. I can run multiple projects. I can guide multiple projects. I can establish Lean and Six Sigma infrastructure in the organization. So Lean and Six Sigma is a methodology. Those who have just joined again, I see some more people keep joining, but it's okay now. I can't keep on repeating what I said earlier. But again, the last time I'm telling, Lean and Six Sigma is a way of improving your processes, your outputs, whatever you are, producing in the output by project approach, using project approach. And who does these projects? Green belts and black belts. They do the projects. And who guides them? Master black belts. They guide them. I hope now you have understood who is a green belt, yellow belt, master black belt. We do training programs. Yellow belt is 2.5 hour training plus some more, because we also give you links which you can watch. And if you want, you can expand on your knowledge. And yellow belt, you will receive a certificate very easily. Green belt, you have to attend a 3 days training program, either 3 days on weekends or in the evenings, 2 hours, or morning sessions, whatever is your preferred time, 2 hours, like around 24 hours of training, and you get a green belt certificate. You do a project with me in the classroom itself. And the black belts, you again attend more 3 days of training program, again 2 hours of training, either in the evenings or in the mornings or during weekends. If you prefer, it's a 8 hour of training, 3 days of training. So 24 hours totally you have to attend to become a black belt. Green belts also have to appear for an exam. Black belts also have to appear for an exam. Passing rate is 100%. So when you attend our programs, you become like your passing is guaranteed, because we train you properly. We also make you do the project. We do the project simultaneously in the classroom itself. And then once you complete the project, you are given an exam, and then you pass the exam. Master black belt, again, 4 days of training, 4 more days of training, and then you can become a master black belt. So this is the pathway of becoming a yellow belt, green belt, black belt, and master black belt. And thanks to AI, we have got training programs in all languages. Yeah. And the live program, I have also got videos in Hindi as well. So those who want to attend in Hindi, I have got videos in Arabic also. Those who want to attend in Arabic, there are separate programs. Self-learning, self-paced programs are also there. So if you want self-paced program, they're not very costly. They're not so expensive. And these programs are available on our website. But if you want one more thing, if you want live program like the way we are doing right now, it's a webinar. Yellow belt is a webinar. You can't interact directly with me because it's a large number of people are attending it. But when you are joining my green belt and black belt live sessions, only 15 people are there. Our classroom size is only 15 people. So beyond 15, we don't take. We tell them to, we put them in different batches. So you do a live training with me. So this is how the whole training can happen. I also conduct the training programs live in your companies in-house. If you want in your organization to implement Lean and Six Sigma, you can always invite me. Now, what is Lean and Six Sigma? You should know what is Lean and Six Sigma. You should know it in more detail now. So Lean Six Sigma has two words, Lean and Six Sigma. Now, what is Lean? What is Six Sigma? Let's understand that. See, Lean means mapping the process. Mapping the process means finding out what steps you are, what are the steps in your process. Identifying the non-value added steps in your process. Identifying the non-value added steps in your process. And then removing the non-value added, which we call it as wastes in the process, so that your cycle time reduces, your errors reduce. And that's what we can call in short as lean approach. So whatever you are doing, try to map the process. What is mapping? Is write down the steps, map the process. And when you map the process, you have to ask questions on each step, whether this step is adding value or not. If it is not adding any value, that means it is a waste. Okay. So there are different types of waste, and 7 or 8 wastes, we can say. Producing more than required, waiting, transportation of the products or services from one place to another place, which the customer is not willing to pay for, over processing, doing something more than what the customer asked for. Inventory means work in process inventory. I'll explain this a little bit more in a short while. Rework and rejections. Like you do something incorrectly, commit a mistake, then you correct it. It's a waste. When you committed a mistake, when we create defective products, that wasted the money and time of the organization. So that's a waste. So anything starting with is considered as a waste. Then we have got underutilized resources. They are examples of waste. So these are 7 or 8 wastes. So how do you map the process? You map the process by actually looking at the process, going to the process where the process is taking place, where the action is taking place. This process is known as Gemba. Gemba means Gemba. It's a Japanese word, which in English, we can call it as workplace, place of work, where the action is taking place. So this is known as Gemba. So go Gemba, go to the workplace, identify these steps, map these steps, and identify the waste. Also known as Muda. Muda. In Japanese, we call it as Muda. So these concepts started in lean concept. They started in Japan. So that is why you see lots of Japanese words there. Now, Six Sigma. I'll talk about Six Sigma after a while. Let me give you some examples of lean. And I see a lot of people are from healthcare, so they should not feel ignored. So don't worry. I would, and also you can some people are asking. Video will be available. This recording of this video will be available in our Anexas channel. So you can always subscribe to the channel. This video plus other videos also, green bells, black bells, other videos are also available. If you want to go through them in English, Hindi, Arabic, etc., you can go through them. As I was mentioning, if you want to do a formal certification training program, you can join our training program. It can be self-learning or it could be live. Yeah. Whenever you are attending a live program, I have got a lifelong relationship with my green belts and black belts. 25 years ago, I started conducting those training programs. And since then, I have been conducting the training programs. I'm in touch with all my students. A lot of my students have become now CXOs, CEOs, and I'm proud of them, and they keep giving me business. So I don't have to market too much. Okay. How to access Anexas channel, Christy is asking. So we have got given a link. Subscribe to Anexas YouTube channel. Just you can, you just click on that and subscribe. Click the subscribe button and you can just subscribe it. And there is a learning management system also, a very formal step-by-step learning management system. You can even join that as well. For joining that, a little bit of small payment is needed. I will tell you about those links, how to, etc. If you are interested, we'll give you all the details also. But for today's agenda is to understand Lean Six Sigma Yellow Belt. We'll become Yellow Belt totally free. There's no charge for today's certification. It is totally free. Okay. So Lean, I was talking about Lean, and Lean on the left side is map the process, identify the waste. Okay. So we have to have some basic beliefs when we talk about Lean and Six Sigma. There are certain, we have to start with some basic beliefs. Some of the basic beliefs are there. Okay, let me use, if I can, I got some videos with me. If I can ask, let me see. Yeah. Sometimes, it's easier to use the videos, so it reduces the time. Hi, I'm Amit. Some tools and techniques like in management, 20% in, and which builds method Michael Harry, green builds, asking what perspective. So if the customer says that, okay. By the way, these videos are available on our YouTube channel also. Yeah. See, when we start with in Lean Six Sigma, Lean and Six Sigma, we view quality externally from customer's perspective. And we also make decision based on facts, data. So what we say, see, whenever we're talking about, let me, okay, sorry for skipping the slides. I was thinking of finding a video using which I will just be able to reduce my time. Okay. So just give me 1 minute. Yeah, let me also see some questions if there are some questions. Okay, no. Okay, don't worry. You can keep writing your questions in the Q&A section. And is there any abbreviation for Gemba? Gemba, there's no abbreviation. Gemba means a Japanese word. Yeah, Mohsin had asked this question. Yeah. Great. Now, let me also, any other question is there? Let me see. Chat box in the chat. So you can ask me. I can see your chat, but others can't see. Like only our team members can see those chats. So yeah. So Archie. Okay, thank you. It's fixed. Okay, you can. Okay, fine, great. Okay, good. Now, let me show you this. Yeah. So there are three things. You have to believe in three things. What are the three things? As a Lean and Six Sigma green belt or a black belt, usually we believe in three things. What are the three things? Let me.
Edward Deming, one of the famous quality gurus, used to say, "In God we trust, rest others bring data." One of his other famous quotes is, 85% of the problems are due to the processes and systems and not due to the people. So if you want to improve your products and services, focus on the process. It's easier to change the process rather than changing the people. Changing the people means replacing the people. That also is difficult. And even the changing the people's mindset, that is also difficult. So focus on the processes.
Let me explain this a little bit. Why we say focus on the processes. Okay. See, imagine a company. Let's say this is a company. Let's say your company. This is your company. Okay. Or any company for that matter. Let's say 1,000 employees are working in this company. It could be a hospital, it could be a logistics company, it could be a bank, it could be a theme park, it could be a manufacturing company, oil and gas, whatever. 1,000 employees are there. At 9 a.m., they come to the office, and let's say at 5 p.m., they go out of the office. Now, if you ask any of the employees, what is your target of committing mistakes today? How many mistakes collectively you would like to commit? Or a simple question would be, how many customer complaints you would like to receive today because of your mistakes? None of the employee will say that, well, my target is, or collectively our target is to receive 50 customer complaints. None of them will say. They will all say that I will really work hard, attentively, and without making any mistakes. But what happens at 5 p.m., by the end of the day, you have received 50 customer complaints. Not necessarily 50, sometimes 50, 54, sometimes 46. So if you look at the daily customer complaints numbers over the last, let's say, 6 months, you will find that it will look like as if, the customer complaints behave between two numbers. These numbers can be easily found out by just collecting 20, 30 samples over the last 30 days. 20, 30 samples. That's it. And you can make a prediction about the large population. That is what statistics is all about. Say, for example, if I look at your trend over the last 1 year to 1 year, 6 months, whatever, 1 month, I see that you are receiving customer complaints between 35 to, let us say, 65. So 35 to 65, on an average 50 is your customer complaints. What does it mean? It just means, in a way, can I say that these 1,000 people have got a target, have got a aim to produce every day customer complaints between 35 to 65. In a way, it looks like that. But no, it is not these people who are committing these mistakes or errors or whatever. It is the system. What do you mean by system? The system, the processes in this processes and the systems or infrastructures, the machines, the softwares which we use, the way we provide the training, the process of recruitment, process of training, our, the way we have developed our culture, these are producing those 35 to 65 mistakes. Do you agree with that? Have you understood this concept? That problems are in the processes, not in the people. Not in the people. Now, change the people. Sorry, changing the people is difficult. But change these processes, change the processes, and the same people will deliver brilliant results. Same people will give you maybe 0 to 10 complaints. I hope I'm not, I'm not confusing you. I hope. Are you with me? Are you understanding what I'm saying? I hope you have understood that point here. What I'm trying to make here is that problems are not in the people, problems are in the processes. So we are talking about process excellence. Okay, now you have understood. Now let us expand this system. See, when we say problems in the process system, the how to improve. Okay, so first we have established that problems are in the process and systems. So if I want to improve something in the company, I have to attack the processes and systems. Now let us understand. Now I will make a systems map of every organization of this world in this model, what I'm going to make. This represents all the organization, including your organization also. Think of your organization. You have got inputs. You have got inputs. Through a series of steps, you produce outputs. Yeah. Output could be a service or either it is a product or a service. Yeah. Best way to attend this training program is on a laptop. Yeah. In a mobile, I don't know if you are able to see what I'm writing, but if not, just expand it a little bit and you can see what I'm writing. So you have inputs through a series of steps, A, B, C, D, etc. There could be 20 steps also. I've just written 4 steps. Through a series of steps, you produce outputs. Outputs could be products or service. There is no third type of output. These outputs are consumed by the customers. Yeah. These outputs are consumed by the customers. And The inputs are supplied by the suppliers. Okay. Think of your organization and you'll find if you are, let's say, a hospital, yeah. So supplier says the patient himself, inputs are the patient's history, yeah, physician's knowledge, the equipment of the hospital, and then through a series of steps like triage or examining the patient, meeting the patient, giving the treatment, billing the patient, and that's the output. Output is a treated patient, yeah, treated patient and billing. These are the two outputs, yeah, and this is outputs are received by the customers. Here, customers are the patient. I'm just taking an example because I see a lot of people from healthcare here. Oh, manufacturing also, I'll take an example. Manufacturing, easy to understand. Yeah? Supplier input, you produce, get a raw material through a series of steps. You produce a output. If you're producing a car, you're producing a car taking some inputs. Then you also have one department, which we call it as planning or strategy department. Planning or strategy department. So they take feedback from the customers or also predict the demand from the customers. And then based on the feedback received from the customers and the demand predicted, they will ask the suppliers to give the inputs, deliver the inputs, and also inform based on the feedback received from the customer, they'll inform the departments A, B, C, D to make process changes. So changes in the process, the way they are doing their job. Okay. So I hope you have understood what I'm trying to say. Up to here, you are with me. Yeah. Keep asking questions. If you have any questions, please keep asking. See, Yellow Belt is a very basic program. Towards the last 1 hour, yeah, another 20-30 minutes, I'll talk about some basic concepts. After that, and if you are ready, as I said, like if you are ready to wait for another half an hour, I'll be happy to share some case studies also. I'll try to do a project to demonstrate what is DMAG, define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. I'll show you how a project is done. Although you don't have to learn any tool, the purpose of being a yellow belt is that you should have seen some demonstrations. You should have understood the basic concepts. That's it. That's it. You don't have to really learn anything. Yellow belt is the easiest certificate. Yeah. But I'll try to teach you some real high-end tools. I'm going to overestimate you. I'm not going to underestimate you. Yeah. So Arki is telling, you mentioned earlier that problems from process, but how about people with toxic behavior? You see, 85% of the problems, 85% of the problems are due to the process and 15% are due to the people. Okay. And also, the toxic behavior is also a result of a process. Yeah. The way we tolerate in our organization, the way we recruit people, the kind of policies we have, these are the processes. Okay, fine. So that I hope that answers. Could I know how the system will help when it comes to the quality of production in the garment factory, please? Garment factory, Lasit, I have consulted for many Sri Lankan companies in garment manufacturing. If you are ready to wait after I finish the program, I will give you a nice video. In fact, I'll give you right away. You can watch it afterwards, but I'll definitely play this video and we'll discuss about it. Lean and Six Sigma and garment manufacturing company. So I'll just put that video here for your, which will answer your questions. And we can discuss that at a later stage. I hope that's fine with you. Okay, great. I've done a lot of consulting for Bangladeshi garment manufacturing companies, Sri Lankan companies, Indian companies, lots of oil and gas, Middle East oil and gas, ADNOC, Aramco, all the biggest oil companies, yes. And plus the biggest banks of the world, Deutsche Bank, Riyadh Bank, and also logistics companies, DP World. These are all my clients. Maersk, the shipping company. Yeah. See, whatever I am telling you is applicable to all industries. Okay. So try to fit this in. Try to, like in garment manufacturing, output is the garments, right? They are the outputs. You have raw materials. To think about your product, think about your process. Yeah. So in Yellow Belt, I'm going to teach you more like a model. Yeah. Now let us expand it a little bit. See, whenever you are talking about customers, customers will always be interested in the value. Customers are not interested in product. So when you are manufacturing a car is the product, but customers are not interested in the car. Customers are interested in the value they derive from the car. But probably the value they are deriving from the car is ability to get transported from one place to another place safely. That is the value. Or if you are driving a Ferrari, maybe one value could be pride, sense of speed. Depends on the product, right? So the value is created through the product. Like the customers receive that value through the product. And this value is created through series of steps. These are process. This is process. Every step adds value. Every step adds value, and value is finally created for the customers. Companies which focus on the value, not only the product, they are innovative companies. So if you focus on the value, you will be always ahead of competition. If you keep focusing only on the product, maybe sometimes new technology will disrupt the whole thing. See, customers are always interested in the value. Like in the Kodak, what happened to Kodak? They were focusing more on the camera rather than the value. Value was capturing memories, storing memories. That was the value customers were looking at. And then they forgot about that digital camera, or like rest is history. I will not go into that detail. So now every step doesn't add any value. Lot of things we are doing in our day-to-day life. When you do a Gemba walk, Gemba means, I'm repeating, those who joined little late, Gemba means go to the field, go to the place of action, go and see how the things are taking place. And you map the process. Now, I have done a very high-level process map here. You have to do a detailed map, very step by step. Every step needs to be captured. And if you do that, you will find a lot of things are taking place which are not adding any value. You have to reduce those steps, or at least if reduce the steps, or eliminate the steps, or at least reduce the non-value added time as much as possible. Yeah. Before I proceed further, one more thing I'll tell you. This map is known as systems map, given by Dr. Deming. Okay. Dr. Deming was a quality guru. Okay. And also more popular name for this diagram is value stream map. Now, nowadays, everyone knows it as VSM, value stream map. Remember this, value stream. So when you want to improve something, see, customers are complaining, errors are being produced, a lot of waste is produced in your production, or errors, mistakes, whatever is happening, it is happening due to the system. Okay. Problems are in the systems. 85% of the problems. Yeah. So now we expanded the system. Now in the system, how will we do a project? If you remember, I told you, you have to do a project. So first you have to look at the measures. See, you will always have, for every output, you will have measures. We call it as CTQs. For every output, you will have measures. We call it CTQ, critical to quality characteristics. Critical to quality characteristics. Your training us is practically apply this in healthcare sector. Someone is asking, how is it different from other problems? Another question is there. Okay, great. Okay. Healthcare sector, I'll give you some examples of healthcare sector also. I'll keep giving examples from both healthcare, manufacturing, services, logistics, garment, everything. See. Okay. So measures, CTQs, measures. Say, for example, if you are producing some product, some measures could be weight of the product, length of the product, yeah, moisture in the product. If you are healthcare sector, waiting time of the patient, infection rate, yeah, also known as KPIs. Whichever KPI you are not really doing well, suppose there is weight variation in the product, you're producing chocolates, 100 grams should be produced, plus minus, let's say 5 grams. 100 plus minus 5 grams is what you should be producing. If you are supposed to produce 100 plus minus 5 grams of chocolate. But if you are producing sometimes 110 grams more, right? That means it's an issue. Or 20% you are producing off spec, it's an issue. More weight or less weight, more than 105. Oh, I have to write 5 grams. Just write it 5 grams. So you should produce, we call it as lower specification limit for this chocolate would be 95 grams and upper specification limit will be 105 grams. If you're producing more or less, then it's a defective product. It's a mistake. It's an error. Then you will take up an improvement project. Waiting time of the patient should be less than 30 minutes. Okay. But your waiting time is 36 minutes. That means we need to do a project. So we take up projects. The people called green belts and black belts, they do the project because they have learned some tools and techniques. The way we are learning some tools and techniques, the green belts and black belts, they learn all these tools and techniques to improve any process in any industry. And they are called as green belts and black belts. And those who know a little bit of this knowledge, they are called as yellow belts. Now you are becoming a yellow belt. Today, all of you are going to become yellow belts. So coming back, you can take up improvement projects wherever you are not performing well. So you'll say, I would like to improve the weight of our product. I'll try to reduce the waiting time of our hospital or a bank. So these are all ways of doing projects. Once we have chosen the project, whatever project, depending on your product, depending on your KPI, where you are not performing. So up to here, you have understood that you will choose a project. In Lean Six Sigma, you choose a project, you do a project, you make a team, and you follow. Every project is a one-time endeavor, and you follow DMAIC, define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. Okay. Oh, yeah. I'm in a hurry because time is limited, so I'm writing very fast. But yeah, you can see here it's written define, measure, analyze, improve, control, DMAC. So we'll learn DMAC. And as we learn DMAC, I'll also talk about the other part, Six Sigma. I just introduced you to the Lean also. I was talking about system thinking, etc. And I'll be introducing you to Six Sigma as well. But before we go ahead, some of you are asking, can you give a healthcare example? So let me give a healthcare example of Lean, whatever we had learned till now. So Lean is war on waste. These are the different wastes. I told you 7 or 8 wastes. If you want to remember them, there's a mnemonic like I swim to, yeah, waste of intelligence. Waste of human intelligence means You hire a PhD person and give him data entry job. That's an example of waste of intelligence. I'll give an example from healthcare also in a short way. So these are all, muda wastes. If you rearrange these words, I swim too, you can also rearrange in downtime or Tim Woods. These are all examples. Same thing, same 8 wastes can also be remembered using these mnemonics. So I swim too, downtime, Tim Woods. If you rearrange those intelligence, scrap, waiting, inventory in another sequence, you get all these. Yeah. So let me give some example as I promised. Yeah. So this is blood. Now, if you see, I'll just yeah, I'll just change this a little bit. So here, when you are doing a blood test, you typically walking to OPD. Now, I have just taken this from some of the project completed by someone, and not necessarily the slide would be accurate, but just to take an example. Okay, I've just pulled out something. Walking to OPD, it's not adding any value to the patient. What is the value to the patient? They want to know the status of their health. But if you're telling them to register, walk to lab, these are all examples of waste. Only these two are value added steps for the patient. So you have to find those ways. And some examples like 85% of the nurse calls, 80% of the nurse calls were found to be housekeeping in nature. Means patients keep calling the nurses to take care of, like, oh, my pillow cover is dirty, my bed sheet is not, is moist, something like that. The nurse is not there to take care of this part. Nurse is there to give you medicine, medication, examine you, monitor your blood pressure, etc. This is an example of waste of intelligence of nurse. Okay, nurse will forget to give you the medicine if you are involving nurse into all these activities. So someone else is going to take care of that part. But this is an example of waste of intelligence. There are some more examples. I'll proceed further. So see, by applying lean concepts, we have done lots of good projects. We have doubled the cardiologic lab capacity, reduced the diagnosis time drastically, admission time reduced, a lot of signatures. Every time you have lots of signatures, approvals. They are not adding any value. You can remove them. So these are some of the examples where you have to remove the waste as much as possible and focus only on the value, and you will create better value for the customers. You have unnecessary process motion, unnecessary waiting time, unnecessary transportation time. I hope our healthcare participants are happy. I will come to manufacturing also, don't worry. Yeah. So underutilized person or overutilized person or resource, any resource, it could be equipment also, is waste. Yeah. Underutilized equipment is waste. A surgeon is waiting for the operation theater to get ready, is waste of his intelligence. Some more examples of waste. So you can see that even something which may look very trivial, like walking to elevator, waiting for the elevator, if you calculate, they are all non-value added steps. They're not adding any value to the patients, to the customers, to the hospitals. Imagine if there are let's say 200 nurses working, multiplied by 12.5. multiplied by 365 days. The losses runs into millions of dollars. So much of waste is always present in our companies. Every company. I'm giving an example of healthcare. So, so in lean, what we do, we reduce the waste and also do mistake proofing. Mistake proofing means also known as poka-yoke. Poka-yoke in Japanese means even by mistake, you cannot commit a mistake. Mistake proofing or fool proofing. Even a foolish person cannot commit a mistake. Now, even a foolish person wants to commit a mistake, he cannot commit a mistake. Something like that. Poka-yoke. So, yeah, this being a yellow belt, I'm just introducing you to some concepts. Basic introduction is given to you. Every topic requires good explanation. There's a method of creating poka-yoke, mistake proofing. I'm just giving some examples. Some smart machines cannot be set or operated beyond a normal, safe or maximum levels. Yeah. By mistake also, you cannot enter abnormal values. They will be rejected. So these are some examples. Oxygen and nitrogen cylinder cannot be connected to each other. Even if you want, they cannot be connected because the connectors are different in size. They can't fit into each other. These are examples. Some more examples are given here of poka-yoke. Fixed number of packages during the surgery so that you don't forget anything inside the patient's body. Complete catheter kits, etc. These are all examples. Okay, coming back now. Yeah. Let us talk about the DMAC. Yeah, DMAC. We'll do a project together. There is a poka-yoke video giving other examples from manufacturing, services, etc. In the chat box, we have given the link. You can always watch that. Okay. The IT also, okay. Towards the end, so I remember garment industry, IT industry. IT industry, I'll give you a little brief overview towards the end after we finish our session. Great. Now we are left with around 50 minutes, and if you are willing to stay for 30 more minutes, so I can say almost 1 hour of time. We can say like that, right? Almost 1 hour 15 minutes. So let me tell you what is DMAC, and towards the end, towards the last 20 minutes, I will give you much more than required, what is required to become a yellow belt. I'll show you how green belts do the projects. I can't go into the black belt part, but at least you will get a glimpse of green belt, what green belts do. Okay. But now let us, if you are with me up to here, some of you are asking that, how can you attend our training program? I will tell you towards the end, but briefly I can tell you there's a link which we will be giving to you. If you are in a hurry, if you're going to leave very soon, my team can put this link. You can register yourself on that link, and you can join our training programs. We have live programs. Okay, we have live programs. I did tell you this in the beginning, and towards the end, I'll give you more details. But in short, I'm telling, we have green belt training, 3 days, 24 hours of training, green belt, black belt, and master black belt. And you will become a certified green belt, and the certificate is valid worldwide. Yeah. So in short, I wanted to just give you an answer. Towards the end, I'll tell you the steps, how to register, etc. Don't worry. Yeah, don't worry. Or if you're so don't worry. This recording will be available. Yeah, I understand you have got your shift starting, so don't worry. You can always watch this later. But yeah, others don't go away. Okay, don't worry. Yeah. Okay, great. So now coming back. Now let us learn DMAC. Define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. Okay, so I was telling, I'll just go back a little bit because I skipped some of the slides because I wanted to talk about, so define, measure, analyze, improve, and control, DMAC. So whenever you are doing a Six Sigma project, you always follow DMAC. So best way of learning these tools, these DMAC process steps would be to do a project. We will do a project, and we'll also talk a little bit some more statistical tools along the way. Whatever we can learn, we still have good time with us. So whatever we can learn in the next 45 minutes or so, we'll try to learn. But yeah, having said that, there are lots of real good tools, great tools, which a green belt or a black belt, they learn, and they can apply it to improve any process in any industry. So define. So some of the things which we will be learning, we can do SIPOC, learn about charter. In the measure phase, we'll understand what are types of data. Given a time, if you are willing to spend more time, I can talk about normal distribution also and control charts in production also. We'll also learn about cause and effect, Pareto, box plots, scatter plots, process mapping, brainstorming, 5S and Pokayoke. Pokayoke I have already spoken about briefly, and link also has been given to you. And for 5S, I'll give you a link. You can later on watch that, so that I can spend more time on the statistical tools. Yeah. So 5S, I can just put a link here. So let us start learning. Define phase, measure phase, analyze phase, improve. What do we mean by this? Define, measure, analyze, improve. See, whatever you want to improve, first you write a problem statement and a goal statement. We call it as a charter. We write a charter. Then we start measuring. Like, say, for example, if I want to reduce my weight, okay, so I'll write my problem is 90 kg is the weight, and the goal is I want to reduce it to 80 kg. Then I'll start measuring. I'll collect the data every day. I'll collect the data. Maybe I'll make a histogram. I will tell the world that my average weight is 90, but it fluctuates between 92 to 88. Yeah. So I'll say this is how, and I can depict it as a control chart saying that my weight is fluctuating between 88 to 92. Then the analyze phase, I'll analyze why my weight is too much. There are many factors, many factors. I'll create a cause and effect diagram. Okay. I'll try to analyze. And then finally zero down to 2 or 3 root causes through data analysis, using techniques like Pareto, etc. Yeah, we'll learn that. And then finally, I'll tell that these 2 are my root causes. See, there could be 100 causes of my problem, but not every cause is equally important. Some causes are more important as compared to others. Okay. So these tools, I'll be briefly touching upon in the next 45 minutes. And also, I'll keep giving you the links as well. If you want to learn more about histogram, you want to learn more about fishbone diagram, my team will keep on giving links. They can give the links now also if you want. So as I proceed and take you through this whole DMAC, if you want to learn more, keep on watching later on, but don't start watching the videos now. Okay. Just go through, attend the yellow. See, yellow belts is not, you don't have to really go into the detail of what is a cause and effect diagram, what is a histogram. You don't have to go into the detail. That details you have to learn in green belt and black belts. Yeah. I'm just giving you like the bigger picture. So here we do the root cause analysis. Why my weight is high? Maybe out of multiple reasons, my weight, I did the project. My weight was high because of the lack of sleep. Yeah. And the portions of food I used to eat. I used to eat large portions of good. Diet was not a problem. Exercise was not a problem. I used to do exercise every day. But the diet portion was a problem. So I worked on these 2 things and I reduced my weight. So the weight, which was earlier 88 to 92, reduced to, so I attacked those root causes in the improve phase. And then once I reduced my weight to 79 to 81 kgs, which is the current state, I need to control it. I need to control it so that it doesn't go back to original state. And what I needed to do to reduce the weight, these 3-4 months, were a little difficult for me. But I don't have to keep on doing the same thing when I'm controlling. I have to do some new things to control the weight. So this is, in short, DMAC. I just tried to explain using a simple analogy, simple day-to-day life example. Now let us learn. Let us do this a project. Let us do the project. So now let us go back to, let's say this company, they want to reduce the recruitment cycle time. Okay. They want to reduce the recruitment cycle time. Yeah, you want to reduce the recruitment cycle time, you will do a project. You are doing a project in a process. Which process we are referring to? Which process we are referring to? Process of recruitment, right? And we will apply DMAC. Okay. Moana Waziri is asking, how will we be able to access the links and videos after the session? We did tell you in the beginning, there's an Anexas channel. You can just subscribe to an Anexas channel. It's free of cost. Subscribe to the channel, and you will get all this whole video, which is this program is being recorded. You will get this link. Plus, these links are whatever videos we are giving. The links will be sent to you in an email also. More, what I advise you is just keep on storing these links. If you can do that, it's very useful for you. You just watch them. Additionally, 1 or 2 more hours if you spend after today's program only, just watch these. These are brief descriptions of the tools and techniques. If you want to learn in detail, you can come to my green belt session. We can have a conversation like the way we are doing right now. You can ask questions, and we also do a project. Right now, I'm just showing you a project. But when you join the program, we do a project together. Yeah, we choose one problem statement, goal statement, a real life situation from your industry, and we do the project. Okay, so let us start with the define phase. Then define phase, we first do a SIPOC. Now, let me take you back to the systems map. And if you still remember, some of you who are present right from the beginning might know. You have SIPOC, SIPOC. So the SIPOC is a tool, miniature version of the systems map. What you do is, when you want to improve something, like here we want to improve the recruitment process, you will create a SIPOC of the recruitment process. Okay. And also first form a team. Sponsor or the champion is the person who's the head of the department where you're doing the project. Process owner is the manager of that process, in which process you are doing the project. And master black belt is a person like me who's guiding the project. And the green belts and black belts are the people who are doing the projects. Yeah. And we start with a SIPOC. So we identify who's the customer. Generally, when you are doing a SIPOC, you start from right to left. It's easier. You can do left to right also, but right to left is easier. Now here, the departments of your organizations, they are the customers. They need a recruited employee, which is the output of your recruitment process. These are the basic steps, the high-level steps, 5, 6 basic steps of your process. And then inputs. Inputs means the inputs to your process. Now, this is the high-level process map. It is not the detailed process map. This is not the Gemba walk. This is not the Gemba investigation. Gemba will happen in the analyze phase. The measure and analyze, we'll go into the details of these steps. But right now, it's a high-level steps. And whatever we are trying to improve, that output measure, if you remember, we call it as CTQs. We call it as Y. Y means that we designate it as Y. Y, what is Y here? Recruitment time. The recruitment time is our measure on the output, which I want to reduce. This is getting influenced by process measures and input measures. These are called as process measures and input measures. What do we mean by process measure and input measures, which are influencing my why? Measures on processes, process steps, and measures on input steps. Let us take some examples. Before I give the example, let me also tell you, these are all called as X factors. X factors. Like my recruitment time is one of the measures, right? Which we are trying to improve. Recruitment time is the measure. It is getting influenced by process measure like time taken to receive and shortlist the resumes, time taken to interview the shortlisted candidate, time taken to negotiate, etc. Also depends on measure. IT system is working, not working, old, new, job descriptions available or not available, CVs are relevant or irrelevant, or time taken to search the CVs, budget is approved or not approved. These are all X measures. Input measures. Input measures and process measures means the X factors, they influence the Y. Now the Y is the result. Y is the result. X factors are the influencing factors. X are the causes. Now the result, you can't do anything about the result. You can just worry about the result. You can always, see, when you can't do anything about the result. Like if someone tells you last month production was this much, can you do anything about it? No. It's history. You can only monitor the way. Last month's customer complaints were 1,273. Can you do something about it? No. Yeah. Last month recruitment cycle time was 60 days average. Can you do something about it? No. But you can do something about IT system availability. You can do something about time taken to approve the budget. You can do something about job descriptions, making job descriptions available at the right time. You can do something about it. Yeah. So our focus is not only on the why, which we want to improve, but our focus is only on the X factors and not all X factors. The problem in why is due to only few, 1 or 2, 3. The rest of the things are operating properly. Only 2, 3, some X factors are having issue. Maybe approval time is too much. Maybe time taken to interview the candidate is too much. You don't know. And not everything is wrong in the process. Yeah. We call it 80-20 rule, 80-20, also called as Pareto principle. 80-20 Pareto. Pareto was an Italian economist who found that 80% of the problems, 80% of the problems in any 80% of the wealth. What Pareto found was 80% of the wealth or land in Italy was owned by 20% of the people. Yeah. In the 18th century, he found this. He did some research. And he found that 80% of the money was with 20% of the people. Today also the same thing. 80% of the wealth in the world is with 20% of the countries. So 80% of your customers, the 80% of your total revenue in your company is coming from 20% of your customers. 80-20 rule, Pareto chart. We call it as Pareto principle. Yeah, 80-20 principle. So here also it's applicable. 80% of your problems in the recruitment is coming from 20% of your factors. Which are those 20%? Now just don't tell me through experience, logic, intuition. No, we don't trust anyone except the data. Yeah, so we'll collect the data. Okay. Now, if I ask you, when we talk about data, okay, first let me show you the charter, then I'll come to this point. Yeah. First, let us read. So in the define phase, we'll write a project charter. Okay. We'll write a project charter. We'll say problem statement. We are taking 50 days to recruit an employee today. And what is our goal statement? We would like to reduce it to 30 days. This was 14, 15 years ago. I did this project. Yeah. If you are able to do that, it is going to save some money. Every project saves some money for the company, directly or indirectly. Yeah, please remember this. Lean Six Sigma projects save money for the company. If you do 20 projects, you can save 2 million, 3 million, 5 million. That is why I told you in the beginning, these master black belts are very valuable people, respected people in the company. Everyone loves these people. Lean and Six Sigma, green belts, black belts, master black belts. They are high in demand. Today's world is about data analysis. Lean Six Sigma teaches you lots of data analytics. It is data analytics applied to process improvement. Yeah. Lean Six Sigma is data analytics applied to process improvement by finding the root causes using data analysis. Okay. So let us see. First, let us talk about the data. Now, if I ask you, do you agree that some data, some things can be measured, something cannot be measured? Do you agree with that? Yeah. So Bernard is asking, okay, Bernard, if you can, oh, sorry. Who's that? Bernard, yeah. Bernard, we can give you all the details. Yes, you can. Don't worry. Yeah, my team will send you the details about our green belt trainings. Yes. Or I think we'll give you, just wait for a while. Let's say in half an hour, I'll be giving you the details. So just wait for a while. Yeah. So as you said, and if you can, yeah, give your email, I will send you all the details as well. Yes. So some people are telling, yes, they agree. Some people are telling, no. Okay. So let me tell you. Yeah. You can't improve if you cannot measure. And the second rule is you can measure everything. Now you'll ask me, how can you measure everything? So I'll tell you, there are two types of data, continuous data and attributed data. Continuous data is anything which can be represented on a number line on a continuous scale, like 55.5. Usually you will have a decimal place. Usually you will have a unit. Okay. So such data are called as continuous data, which we sometimes call measurable data, variable data. These are other names. Quantitative data. These are all other names, quantitative. Yeah. Then there is some data which we feel we cannot measure, like nature of a person. Yeah. Which they are also called as categorical data. They are called discrete data because we can measure them in terms of the counts. Let me show you one video. Yeah. I don't know if...
Hi, I'm 30% range. In defined, when you are presenting maybe adverse powers, the items procured better quality from customer, but continue how many employees are categories. And if you think something cannot be measured, then probably it is attribute data. Now let me tell you, how can you measure anything? There are two types of data, continuous data and attribute data. Continuous data can be represented on a number line. It can have a decimal place. It can also have a unit. Say, for example, age, height. Age is 52.5 years. That's my age. Height, maybe 180.2.
Oh, that was my age 5 years ago. Okay. The videos were done 5 years ago.
1 centimeters, cycle time of a process 3.5 hours, or procurement time in an organization 120.3 days. These are all continuous data because they all have a possibility of a decimal, means they can be expressed in decimal points, and also they all have a unit. Now let us talk about attribute data. Attribute data can be expressed in categories, and categories can be counted. Say, for example, if you want to measure happiness, so easiest way to measure any attribute data is to create a category, and if possible.
So here I'm trying to tell you how can you measure almost everything in your company. So I'm giving an example of happiness. So this model which we are giving you to measure everything can be applied to any measure. First, think of categories of that attribute which you want to measure. Possible, you can create a binary category. A presence or absence of that attribute can be one of the simplest categories. So if I take the example of happiness, two categories I can create: happy, unhappy. So if I want to increase the happiness in the employees in the
Hi, I'm Amitabh Saxena.
lean and sorry. So see, what I'm trying to tell you here is, see, what is the purpose of measurement? We want to improve, and we cannot improve, we cannot measure. So I want to increase the happiness of our employees in the company, let us say. So first is we have to measure. To measure, we create category like positive, negative, presence of happiness, absence of happiness. Yeah. And then we count how many people are happy and how many are not happy. Yeah. Then I can always count how many employees are happy. Let's say 60 employees are happy and 40 employees are unhappy. I can express this as proportion. That means proportion of happy employees in my organization is 0.6 and proportion of unhappy employees is 0. So some people 4, and it can also be expressed as percentage. Now this, so some people may find it difficult to comprehend that what is this proportion. So let me tell you, proportion is nothing but, see, proportion means portion out of 1. Suppose this circle is 1. Okay. So 0.6 belongs to happy employees and 0.4 belongs to unhappy. That's known as proportion. Or what is percentage? Percentage is, if the circle is 100, then this 60 belongs to happy and 40 belongs to. So now our purpose is served. We say that today 60% employees are happy, and we would like to increase it to 80% by the end of June 30th, 2026. Yeah. So this program is being recorded on, what is the date today? 24th January. So those who are seeing the recording later on, after 2 years, if you are watching the recording, just to give you the context. So we are talking about typical project take 4 to 6 months. So that's why when we are telling the timeline of June 30th, 2026, we're telling around 4-5 months, we should be able to improve our happiness. Now you can think of improvement. Yeah, that's what we mean when we say that you can't improve if you cannot measure. I hope this is clear, right? Any questions on this? And if you are able to understand those things, I can, towards the end, I will very quickly take you through at a very fast pace some of the tools which are used. Because now I have almost given you very, very basic things. And in a short while, 10-15 minutes, I'll tell you the very basic part. But I will tell you the deep analytical part also. If you are willing to stay a little bit more, I will tell you the deep analytical part, how to do the analysis, etc. also. But not before I have completed the DMAC overview. So let us continue with our DMAC overview. So once we have got this, in the measure phase, we measure our performance. Okay. Here we do our histograms, control charts, etc. Remembering that why is the symptom, whatever the problem we are trying to solve is the symptom, but the causes are the X factors. So we have to collect the data on Y as well as X factors. Okay. Because Y is the effect, X is the cause. Y is the symptom, X is the problem. Y is we can monitor, X we can control. Okay. So whenever we are dealing with the data, we express it in terms of histogram. What is a histogram? Some of you might know. Gauss, Carl Friedrich Gauss, he found something very interesting in nature. Everywhere he found this. Any repetitive step, if you keep on repeating something again and again, which is a process, it appears that that process is trying to hit some mark, which we call it as average. But always the process won't be achieving that mark always. Like, for example, if I'm trying to shoot on this target, every time I'll not be able to shoot. Every time I'll not be able to shoot here in the bull's eye. Sometimes it will go here, sometimes here, here, here. But on an average, so it will be look like it will look something like this. Most of the time I'll try to hit, if I'm a good shooter, of course. But not always. A little bit here and there will happen. So that's why he said that every process in nature, in your company also, tries to hit the target, but not always it will hit the target. Like, for example, if you're traveling, or let's say if I take the same example of recruitment, all recruitments will not take 50 days, some 50, some little bit 60, 65. Yeah. If you just collect 30 samples, he said it was a very good, I would say, discovery. He said, if you just collect 30 samples and make a histogram, which represents how many times. So most of your recruitments are taking 50 days. Some are taking 60, 65, etc. He says this bell-shaped curve will be observed every time. It's called a normal distribution. Normal distribution. This is normal probability distribution of getting a value that measure. Suppose if I take an example of chocolate weight, I was giving example. Chocolate should be 100 grams plus minus 5 grams. Yeah. And if you remember, I told lower specification limit is 95 grams. Upper specification limit is 105 grams. This is known as voice of customers. Voice of customer. Customer is telling you, give me chocolate between 95 grams to 105 grams. But your process has also got its voice. Manufacturing process, manufacturing chocolates will not produce as per what the customer wants. Machine has its own way. The people who are operating the machine, they have their own way. The way they have been trained, the way you maintain your machines. Ideally, machines should work like this. Most of your chocolates are 100. Somewhere going here. So in such situation, this is a very good process. None of your chocolates are going beyond 105 or below 95. Very good process, no defects. But if you are producing not like this, but something like, you're producing like this. This is defects, isn't it? They are errors, defects. Yeah? Too much of variation is a defects. Now, Mr. Gauss also told one more thing, which is very, very interesting. Now, some of you, although generally in yellow belt, I should not be talking about it, but some of you will understand, and because, we still, I think, if you're willing to stay for a little longer, maybe I'll enter into that area. That he also said that whenever, for every process, whenever you make this normal distribution, you can always get an average and a standard deviation. Standard deviation can be easily determined using Excel sheet, in Excel, Word, Excel, Microsoft Excel, you can calculate. It's very easy to calculate. If you are interested in knowing, I have also made a video on how to calculate standard deviation. I have shown you the derivation of the formula of standard deviation also. In case you are interested, please watch this video on. I've put in the chat box. I'll put in the chat box. But don't worry right now. Don't worry about it. What he said was that you will have an average, like for example, 50 days is recruitment time. And let us say 5 days is the standard deviation. It can be easily found using Excel sheet. Like for example, if I take, this is the real data, this project data, if I go back to this project data, which I am showing you, we collected the recruitment cycle time. And we train you in Excel, in Minitab. We give you all, when you join our Greenbelt programs, we train you in this software also. We give you the software free. And everything is included, whatever in our fees. Average is 50 and standard deviation is 4.7, which you can say 5 approximately. Very easily you will get. And not surprisingly, this process also follows normal distribution. So what he said was, always within plus minus 3 times the standard deviation. I'm repeating, within plus minus the 3 times standard deviation. Always. Now this is a theorem. This is something which occurs in nature. This happens in nature. Within plus minus 3 times the standard deviation, you get 99.73% of the total population. So for some people, it may be a little confusing. I'll explain it. Okay. Like in our recruitment cycle time case study, our average is 50. Standard deviation is 5 days. So I can predict that this is 50. Okay, let me write, I'll just write it here so that bigger picture. So this is 50. 1 standard deviation, 2 standard deviation, and plus 3 standard deviation. Minus 1 times standard deviation, minus 2 times standard deviation, minus 3 times standard deviation. So this is 50. Average is 50. Standard deviation is 5. So 1 plus 1 times standard deviation will be 50 plus 5. Standard deviation is 5, right? So this becomes 55. Plus 2 times standard deviation will be 60. And plus 3 times standard deviation will be 65. Minus 1 times standard deviation will be 45. And minus 2 times standard deviation will be 40. And minus 3 times standard deviation will be, I think, 35. Yeah. Okay. So this becomes our, we call it as control limit, else lower control limit and upper control limit. Okay. Please understand, this is known as control limit. Control limit means this is my process performance. And this was specification limits of our chocolate. When I was giving an example, this is specification limit. So depending on how the control limits of our process are, if they are within the specification limits, we are not producing any defects or errors. But if our control limits are wide, our standard deviation is too high, variation is too high, we will be going off the mark. Okay. So this concept, just remember, because in such a short time, we can't take enough example, or I can't give you the full explanation of this, but I just wanted to give you the bigger picture. Like basically, if your variation is lower, you will not produce errors or defects. Standardized process. Don't vary your chocolates weight, sometimes here, there. It's not a good process. You should hit the target almost every time with a little variation. And that is what this particular project shows. So here we did a measure phase, we collected the data. We also find what is the defect definition. Any recruitment taking more than 60 days is a defect. We identify how many defects, how many errors our project is producing. So this is our LSL, USL. And this is LCL, UCL. So if your control limits are going beyond specification limits, producing 10% errors. 10% error means in 1 million, you are producing 100,000 errors. See, 10% means 10 errors in 100. What about in 1 million? In 1 million, you are producing 100,000. So you calculate a sigma level. Now, sigma level calculation is not a part of a yellow belt, so I'll not be talking about it. But just to tell you that when your errors are less than 3 errors in 1 million, a process something like this, if I process something like this, the probability of producing an error is very low, 0.000034. 3 error, less than 3 per million. You are a 6 sigma process. You're a very, very good process. But if your process is like this, producing 100,000 errors in 1 million, probably you are 2 sigma, 1.5 sigma, something like that. So your sigma level decides your quality. Higher the sigma level, better is your process. Okay. So we calculate the sigma level. There's a method to calculate. We will not be learning that method, but right now we calculated the sigma level. We are at 1.1. We are producing a lot of errors. Means lot of recruitments are taking more than 50 days. Okay, so we need to do something about it. We identify. We do 2 doors. We do a lean door, as is process map, do a Gemba walk, identify the waste in the process. A lot of things are taking place which are not adding any value. Similarly, we do cause and effect diagram, control impact matrix, Pareto chart, blocks plots, and scatter plots. I'll describe these 2 tools. Yeah. So first you do a process map, Gemba walk, say, oh, this is not required. This we can combine together. We have a technique called escape technique. You ask these 5 questions on every step. Can I eliminate this step? Can I simplify this step? Can I combine it with other steps? Can I automate it? Can I make it parallel? Now, details of escape along with a very, very good example, along with a template of escape is given in a video. My team will put that in the chat box. You can watch that video later on. But as a yellow belt, you don't have to go into that detail how to do escape, but just remember that the green belts and black belts, they do escape. Means they ask these 5 questions. Can I eliminate? Can I simplify? Can I combine? Etc. And then they give their suggestions. And they transform the process. That becomes our lean route. The process door, we call it process door. Okay. Now, we also try the data door. We collect the data. First, we identify all the possible causes. We invite everyone. Please tell us, what are the possible causes? What are the possible causes? What do you think are the causes? People will tell you lots of causes. But not every cause is impacting equally. So you can take a voting. Or if you have the real data, you can take the real data. Which cause is occurring again and again? We make a Pareto chart. Pareto chart, we arrange those causes from highest to lowest. Okay, let me show you in the example. So suppose we are, doing this project. They identified. See, one way of identifying the causes is using 6M technique. When you are doing a cause and effect diagram, the video is given. If you want to learn in detail, you can learn. It's also known as fishbone diagram. Cause and effect diagram looks like a fishbone. Right? Identify your here your effect is there. You have causes. Causes. Also called it X factor. This we call it as Y. Man, machine, material, method. And that's what I have written here. Man, machine, material, method. Brainstorm on all the possible causes and quickly make a. See, everything is automated nowadays. You don't have to really work too hard. Now, we also tell you how to capture the data. It's very easy. Nowadays, it's so easy. You can do projects in 1 week, 2 weeks, 5 weeks. At least analysis part. Implementation takes time. You have all the causes with you. You can use ChatGPT also to brainstorm, aid in brainstorming. Along with the people, use ChatGPT, everything together. We tell you how the whole using automation system, AI. See, ideas to improve the process. We'll teach you in green belt, black belt how to do this, how to achieve. Okay, not every cause is equally important. So which cause is occurring more and more? We do a Pareto. What happens in Pareto? It will tell you which cause is occurring most of the time. Assessment time, JD, job description not available, approval time, type of hiring. These are the major causes. If we take care of them, 80% of the problems is solved. See, first one is contributing to 35%, second is 25%, 50%. First 3-4 are contributing to maximum. So I have 20-30 causes, but these 4 are maximum biggest problems. Just address them. That's what they did. Now they are tagged these causes. Okay, by the way, these are you are invited to my interactive live session. I'll continue with the improve phase and a control phase in a short while. When you are doing the green belt and black belt with me, you will be doing 2 projects in the class, plus more projects if you want. And I give you lifetime guidance. On Saturdays, 2 hours, all our alumni come together. They discuss about their ongoing projects. Some projects are shared. If you are facing difficulties, Saturdays only for alumni, okay, for green belts and black belts, right? And we discuss our projects. After the training, you can attend our training any number of times, multiple times. Yeah. How to attend, my team will tell you. They will give you the link. You can register. I'll tell you the dates also of our training program in a short while. But first, let me talk about improve phase. So once we have got the root causes, 4 or 5 causes, you use certain techniques. 635 technique. There's a video. My team will tell you here. Get 6 people, write three ideas in 5 minutes. Okay. You will find that after some time, say, I'll tell you.
5 minutes to write down 3 solution ideas on the first row of our form.
So what's happening here is, you are getting hold of 6 people. Everyone gets this form. Everyone gets this form. And you tell, in 5 minutes, you have to write 3 ideas against your name. There are 6 people, each writing three ideas against their name. After that, they pass on the paper to the next person and receive the paper from another neighbor. Now, when next 5 minutes, again you write 3 ideas in the new paper, which you have received from your neighbor. Because now your neighbor also he has written already 3 ideas against his name. Now in the new paper, your name is also written there again. You have to write again 3 more ideas. Okay, so I'm just giving you one example of 635. 635 is just one technique of brainstorming. So you learn multiple techniques. This whole explanation, I'm not showing you the whole video here. You can watch this video in our session. There's another technique, very, very beautiful technique, FME, failure modes and effects analysis. So if you were to ask me which one tool you will you should, if I don't have time, to watch so many videos, only one video. So the FMEA would be the video. Just watch. Not for any, just like that. It has not got 2 million views, more than 2 million views it has got, that video, FMEA. You can solve your problem in 1 week. You imagine how you can fail and then you prevent the failure. FMEA, failure modes and effects analysis. So please watch this FMEA video for sure. So I've given you lots of links you can watch. Okay. So finally, they, just to, cut the long story short, they came out with lots of improvements. They implemented those improvements and they created an implementation plan, and then they controlled the step process. Means they put review mechanisms in place, control charts in place, and their process changed. Process here, average plus 3 times standard deviation minus 3 times standard deviation. This was the process earlier. And after the project, the recruitment time reduced to 25 days. Not going beyond 33 and not going below 60. They were able to sustain it for a long, long time. Okay. Let's play a game. I just wanted to, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Who Wants to Be a Green Belt? Okay. A, B, C, D. As per you, what is the right answer? Fastest fingers first. Yeah, so most of you have given the right answer. Yes. Okay. What is the output of the process? Yes. Absolutely right. Now, a tricky question. Which is not a deliverable of analyze phase, which is not a deliverable. Not a deliverable of analyze. It comes in another phase. Yes. Solutions is not. Yes, solutions is not a deliverable of analyze. Solutions is coming in improve phase. Yes, you're right. Yes, absolutely right. Right. Absolutely. Most of you did a great performance. So all of you will receive a yellow belt certificate. Don't worry. But you have to, how to receive the certificate? I will give you a link here. The link will be given to you. Or you'll receive the link in your email. I think that's better way. You'll receive a link in your email. Just take a while after you finish with the session today. Just go to that link, answer 4-5 questions, and you will get the certificate. So it's pretty easy. Okay, those who want to join our sessions, you would like to become one of the most valuable person in the company by applying process improvement statistical tools. I've just shown you some basic tools, but there are some advanced tools, box plot, scatter plot, regression. Everything is clicking and getting your answers. Very, very simple. Okay, please answer the poll question. How many of you are interested? Please, if you can, my team can put that. Okay, so almost everyone who has taken up the poll is interested in that. Okay, that's great. Okay, so we'll be sending you the links. Yeah, we'll be sending you the links. And you can, okay. So if you can just tell us the dates as well, our team can tell the dates. So my team will put the dates here. They'll show you the dates. And you can always attend the sessions. And here is the way to enroll for our training program. And wait a little while. I'll talk about garment. I'll play the garment video as well. the and IT also, healthcare also, and manufacturing also. We have and some very good customer feedback, etc. Also we'll be playing. So these are the training programs. These are the dates. If you are interested, you can always join our training programs. Thank you, Saif Al Hadidi. Thanks a lot. Now you are interested. Thanks a lot. Oh, some of you have even enrolled. Okay, great. So we have accredited, all accreditations are there. All the certificates are valid worldwide for all the companies. Okay. Okay. So we are all affiliated to all the certifying bodies, so don't have to worry. All certifications, this is the first question people ask. So we are all. Yes. And not only this session is available on the YouTube, but also my previous trainings are also available. So please, you can watch them as well. So these are the upcoming free webinars also. If you want to attend or your friends want to attend, you can tell them. Yeah. Great. Great. So some of you have already enrolled. Yeah. And Saif, yeah, I understand. Saif, if you are interested, you can also get enrolled. And okay, great. So I've given you links. Please go through the links now. If you are still present, Lasit, if you are still there, this video is dedicated to you. Let me first show you that video of related to textile apparent. Yeah.
How can you use Lean and Six Sigma in the textile industry? Is it really helpful? Which is better in this industry, Lean or Six Sigma? There are so many questions I have received on the use of Lean and Six Sigma in the textile industry, so I thought of making a video to clarify this. Before explaining the benefits of Lean and Six Sigma, let us discuss some of the problems that occur in the textile industry. These are wastes of raw material and finished goods, shortage in supply of raw material, increase in cost of raw material, power shortage, competition in foreign market, rejections in shipments, manufacturing errors or defects, and so many more. To sum it all, the major problem faced is that the resources are less and the targets are difficult to reach. This is when Lean and Six Sigma comes to the rescue. Both Lean and Six Sigma are applicable. I suggest don't fall into the trap of choosing one over other. Why not have both? Textile being a field dealing with a lot of variations and defects in each process, it is the ideal place for Six Sigma application, and increasing the speed using Lean implementation will make a significant difference. Anexas has implemented Lean and Six Sigma in textiles, fashion houses, export houses, and buying houses, and has achieved the following benefits. We have improved first sample approval percentages while working with the buyers, improved buyer satisfaction levels, increased repeat business, improved supplier evaluation processes, improved merchandiser performance, reduced non-conformances in audits by buyers, reduced business risks, improved processes at the source, including fabric purchase and inspection, stitching, embroidery, packing, and shipping, to reduce rejections at later stages. Elimination of manufacturing errors and defects have been seen in many Lean and Six Sigma improvement projects which we have implemented. We have also reduced the cost, delays, and rejections in the shipments. Here is a case study. Lean Six Sigma follows DMAC, Define, Measure, Analyze, Improve, and Control. In Define phase, we found that annual customer complaints were well over 10%. In Measure phase, major faults that occurred in final product were analyzed by using histogram and Pareto for prioritization. And in Analysis, FMEA tool was used to find out the RPN values for different causes and effects, and actions were taken accordingly. What is FMEA? Well, let me tell about FMEA in short. It is a systematic analysis of potential failure modes aimed at preventing failures or errors. First, the potential failure modes are identified and corrective and preventive actions are taken. Then, after the corrective actions are implemented, process is re-evaluated to determine if the result is acceptable. To know more about FMEA, you can see my video on FMEA available on YouTube. In improve phase, various suggestions for improvements were given. Some of the major ones were: proper training was provided to the quality inspector, quality awareness program was conducted for operators and checkers, a suitable quality manual was prepared for the unit, work instructions were developed and issued to each of the departments, quality defect identifiable boards were put up across the departments. Introduction of quality checking systems or formats and constant monitoring by a trained quality inspector brought about drastic reduction in quality defects levels. There was a significant decrease in defects per million opportunities, that is DPMO. So we saw approximately 65.5% reduction in product defects after the quality system was implemented. The process sigma level was improved for both the product types. In percentage terms, there was a jump in process sigma level by 22.48% in the product. Sales of the product also increased by $30,000 per month. In the control phase, we created control charts and control plans to sustain the gains for a long time. I hope you understood the importance of Lean and Six Sigma in the textile industry. With this one case study, we have got many more case studies. For more clarifications, write a mail to enquiry@anexas.net and keep learning.
Happy learning. Thanks for taking out time to watch this video. To learn more, check out our other videos. Link is given in the description below. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and have a great day. For more information you can write to us on co@anexas.net.
Some other industries my team can give, IT, manufacturing, healthcare also. Healthcare also, if you can just put.
Sir, can you please see the chat?
Hi, I am Anexas Master Black Belt Amitabh Saxena, and let me talk about importance of Lean and Six Sigma in healthcare. Lean Six Sigma concepts are used in industries all over the world to improve a process, eliminate waste, and reduce defects. In the healthcare industry, defects not only affect revenue and customer satisfaction, but they signify the difference between life and death. Lean Six Sigma is critically important in healthcare because it helps in reducing defects that can result in medical errors. There are so many challenges in the healthcare industry, like an aging population, shortage of workers, increasing litigation, and many more that require long-term improvement. Because healthcare industry deals with saving lives, errors cannot be accepted at any cost. So, how does Lean Six Sigma really help? With the help of Lean Six Sigma, you can shorten the waiting times in hospitals. The lesser the people wait, the efficient the hospitals will become. Reduce medication errors and even try to completely eliminate them. Improve turnaround time for lab results. Provide better care at lower costs. Ensure that the medical staff makes fewer errors. Reduce mortality rates. Improve patient care. Improve quality. And improve overall patient experience. How can you do that? By training the staff as green belts and black belts and allowing them to do improvement projects. Lean Six Sigma training and certification in healthcare provides the tools needed to address the challenges at various levels. It is a time for the healthcare industry to utilize Lean Six Sigma methods to its fullest and drastically change the healthcare industry for the better. Don't you want to be a part of the industry where patients are happier, physicians want to work for you, the cost is as low as possible, and at the same time, efficiency is high? If your answer is yes, then Lean Six Sigma is your choice. We have implemented Lean Six Sigma in more than 25 hospitals worldwide, including ministries of health of 4 countries, and we can help you too.
Yeah. Uh, any other? Yeah. So you just put SEO at annexus.net in case if you want to whitelist, so that because sometimes when you receive a mail from us, then or yeah, just look for the mail in case sometimes mail can receive in the junk box as well. Mhm.
How can Lean and Six Sigma be used in IT? I have implemented Lean and Six Sigma in many IT organizations, and each of them have given different benefits. But 3 benefits have been common to all organizations, and they are improvement in customer satisfaction, reduction of costs, and reduction of cycle times and project delivery times. When applied to IT operations, Lean Six Sigma aims to measure and improve both internal processes such as network speed and reliability, and external processes like server response time, etc. Other projects which I have executed in IT industries are reduction of defect density and reduction of issues, on-time project delivery, reduction of rework, improvement of IT help desk services by reducing both time and errors. Lean Six Sigma also helps you to quantify the benefits of IT projects which are implemented within the organization. The Lean Six Sigma tools also help you to improve IT support services. How do we do that? By training the staff of IT companies to use Lean Six Sigma tools and techniques and apply DMAC methodology, that is define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. They convert the improvement opportunities in the company to Lean Six Sigma projects and complete them to achieve their certifications as green belts and black belts. So they identify the opportunities, they convert them into the projects, and these employees, after applying Lean Six Sigma tools and techniques, improve the process and get certified. So it's a win-win situation. Lean Six Sigma helps to integrate the process excellence in an IT organization's culture to achieve CMM level 5 too. Now you may ask, strategically, what is the impact on IT organizations after implementing Lean and Six Sigma? My answer would be, Lean Six Sigma improves the efficiency of your business and processes, improves the quality of the services you provide, increases the return on investment, improves workforce productivity, and reduces the project completion times. Overall, it helps the organization to deliver faster and more accurate results. To give you examples, some of the tools which have yielded excellent results are use of FMEA. It has resulted in identifying the mistakes and also preventing those mistakes from occurring. Use of control charts have helped many organizations to find the special causes and appropriately take action on it. And then identifying the difference between the common causes and special causes, these organizations have been able to take long-term improvement projects. Kano model has been used to classify the customer requirements into must-haves, good to have, and nice to have, and that has also helped the voice of customer conversion to CTQ, the critical to quality characteristics, the important characteristic, what the customer is looking for. 5 whys, it has helped many organizations to get to the root causes of many issues. So what are you waiting for? Get your Lean Six Sigma certification from Anexas right now. As they say, better late than never. The world we have created is the product of our own thinking, and we cannot improve the world without improving our thinking. The long-term chronic problems of manufacturing companies like low productivity, lower machine efficiency, high rework, high inventories, high product wastage can't be solved using only experience, logic and intuition. You might be a good operations person, a good engineer or an excellent operator, but you need to have basic knowledge and understanding of some problem solving and process improvement tools too. Here is how Lean Six Sigma can improve your processes in manufacturing. Lean Six Sigma is defined as a business improvement method that aims to maximize the shareholders' value by improving the quality, speed, customer satisfaction, and reduce the costs. It merges tools and principles from both Lean and Six Sigma to do this. It has become the most popular business strategies for deploying continuous improvement in the manufacturing industries. With its help, you can make sure that only essential steps remain in a process. The moment I say Lean Six Sigma techniques, high quality, low cost, increased profits, and customer satisfaction should automatically come to your mind. It is very rightly said that machines are mere pieces of metal if they cannot be made efficient. Lean Six Sigma helps you to do this. What is the core of Lean Six Sigma? It's DMAC. Yes. Define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. It helps you to reduce the existing problems with unknown causes. Here we train the staff of the manufacturing units as the green belts and black belts, and they convert all the problems into improvement projects. So now the difficulties become opportunities. Then they complete these projects and get certified. It's a win-win for both the organization and the employees. Now, how does Lean Six Sigma decrease the cost? Shijo Shingo said that the most hazardous waste is the waste that we do not recognize. Firstly, Lean Six Sigma focuses on removing the 7 wastes like overproduction, transportation, inventory, etc. from a process. In manufacturing sector, this step can lower the cost of a process by leaps and bounds. Secondly, Lean Six Sigma focuses on solving the problems caused by a process. Here we focus on the processes, not on people, because we believe that 85% of the problems are due to the processes and not due to the people. Defects in your product can cost your organization a fortune, so the focus is on reducing the defects by focusing on the processes. Let me talk about some Lean Six Sigma tools that can be used in manufacturing. Value stream mapping, Kanban, 5S, cause and effect analysis, control charts, DMAC, 5 Whys, Kaizen, hypothesis tests, etc., etc., etc. Let us talk about a few. 5S. A well-organized workplace becomes important if you want to eliminate waste and reduce the errors. 5S is the way to do that. Control charts. By understanding the control charts, you can understand the difference between the common causes and special causes. For special causes, you take immediate action, and for common causes, you take long-term actions. Kanban. It is a visualizing tool on maximizing the flow of goods and work without unnecessary inventory or transportation. Then we have 5 Whys. Ask why 5 times and you will get to the root cause of the problem. Hypothesis tests. They establish the relationship between the outputs and inputs, and you can get the root cause with 95% confidence. Value stream mapping. It is used for defining and assessing the movement of the raw materials from the beginning of the process to delivery to the customer. It is a way in which the current state of a process is documented and the future state is visualized. If you want in-depth knowledge about all the tools and techniques, you can always join my Lean Six Sigma Green Belt and Black Belt training programs. So that was about Lean Six Sigma in manufacturing. I hope you have got a clear picture about why Lean Six Sigma is so important in the manufacturing industry. Share this video with your friends and don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you don't want to miss out on our important updates on the tools and techniques of Lean and Six Sigma and even project management. Happy learning! When we think of Lean and Six Sigma, we automatically think of improvement. And is there any sector that doesn't have any scope for improvement? Of course not. Let me talk about Lean Six Sigma in banking and finance. I've worked in the past and implemented Lean and Six Sigma in Riyadh Bank, Deutsche Bank, Bank Muscat, and also insurance companies like AXA. And I've seen Lean Six Sigma perform wonders in all these industries. Lean and Six Sigma in loans department has reduced the cycle time to process a loan application to both mortgage and personal loans. It has also improved the credit evaluation process in account opening process. It has reduced errors and reduced the rework in processing customer applications. In retail banking, it has reduced the errors in money transfer. Imagine the time, money and effort saved after eliminating the errors. In many accounting firms, we have reduced cycle times by doing a current state and a future state of a process by doing a value stream mapping, and we have drastically sometimes reduced the cycle times by 80 to 90%. How do we do that? In these companies, the people, the staff or the employees of the organizations are trained as green belts and black belts. So they are trained in all these tools and techniques. They will take improvement projects and they would be certified as green belts and black belts. Once they have completed the projects, naturally there is a very positive impact on the strategic business objectives of the organization. So imagine that 20 to 30 green belts and black belts doing lots of projects simultaneously, what great impact it would have on the organization. In fact, I can go on and on telling about the benefits of Lean Six Sigma in finance and banking. But if you want me to share some more case studies, then what I would request you is that please click the like button, and if I see around 1,000 likes, then I will be happy to present some case studies, and I have got many of them. So keep learning till then. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Amitabh Saxena, an Anexas Master Black Belt. Every sector needs to meet certain standards and customer expectations on quality, but this is specifically true for telecommunication industry. The businesses are becoming so competitive that if a company fails to meet the expectations of its customers, it will directly impact its sales and reputation. To gain an edge over your competition, you need to improve your efficiency, reduce the defects, reduce errors, increase the customer satisfaction, and increase profits. Seems impossible? It is definitely not impossible. Let's see how we can make it possible using Lean Six Sigma in telecommunication. At Anexas, we have completed many Lean Six Sigma projects for our telecommunication clients. Some of the projects are reducing the billing errors, timeliness of billing, reducing complaints resolution time, increasing circle market share, improving the call completion ratio, which is a result of network quality, timeliness and quality of new schemes that are launched from time to time, improving ARPU, that is average revenue per unit, reducing customer churn, and improving sales productivity. In the telecom industry, Lean Six Sigma can be instrumental in identifying the issues on time. Let me talk about two projects and the tools used in them. The first one is about a telecom company where the order error rate for order provisioning campaigns was 20%. Lean Six Sigma project was taken up by the trained black belts, and they used DMAC methodology of define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. Cause and effect diagram was used to brainstorm on all the potential causes, and Pareto analysis, that is 80-20 principle, narrowed down the causes to a vital few, which were incorrect code assignment, duplicate orders, incompatible orders accepted, order entry errors, and code errors. These causes were validated using box plots, scatter plots, and hypothesis tests. Use of FMEA, which is a method of taking preventive actions so that you don't commit an error, along with brainstorming techniques like 635, successfully brought down the order error rate to just 0.5%. This saved $10 million for the company and reduced the customer complaints by 90%. The telecom company has been able to sustain these improvements over the last 5 years using control charts. The second project is about a mobile services provider in Europe and Middle East which faced an issue of value-added services reversal in prepaid connections. DMAC project was undertaken by trained black belts. Root cause analysis and hypothesis tests revealed customer service agents were erroneously deactivating value-added services while providing customer service. Pokayoke was utilized to prevent such mistakes. Oh, what is Pokayoke? Yeah, it is a way to devise a system in a way that even by mistake, you cannot commit a mistake. 5 whys diagram was used where we ask why 5 times to get to the root causes. FMEA was used to find the possible causes of such failure modes in the entire range of customer service activities. Round-robin brainstorming generated many ideas to bring inadvertent errors down. Additional audits were initiated to prevent manual errors which were difficult to eliminate. The change in VAS service was made impossible without customers' recorded concurrence. As 100% recording was initiated, each case became verifiable and led to increased consciousness among the agents. Reduction in VAS reversal complaints led to not only an additional revenue of $5 million, but also resulted in higher customer satisfaction, which contributed to increase in market share of the company to make it number 1 in the region. I hope now you understand how important Lean Six Sigma is in the telecom industry. Happy learning!
Hi, I'm Amitabh Saxena and talking about Lean and Six Sigma in FMCG food and consumer products. The fast-moving consumer goods, that is FMCG industry, focuses on the manufacturing of everyday consumer products such as foods, cosmetics, detergents, and household cleaners. FMCG is, by its very nature, a fast-moving business which depends primarily on research and development, that's R&D, to keep up with the dynamic global market. Effective R&D must be driven very strategically in order to manage the research complexity in the current market. Six Sigma is a methodology developed to ensure process improvement and consistent output by identifying the causes of deviations and or defects and removing them. Talking about food industry, with Anexas, Akshay Patra, which is an NGO ranking among the top 100 NGOs in the world, it has, at the distribution level, used Lean and Six Sigma to not only identify financial improvement opportunities, but also to quickly implement changes in the upstream supply chain to significantly reduce the costs. And they have also improved their production capacity of supplying food to the children. Some of our other FMCG and food and consumer products clients are Al Safi, Saudi Food and Drug Authority (SFDA), Herbalife, Al Marai, and Neo Foods. So it is very much useful in FMCG, food and consumer industry.